Hello and welcome to the AFL Autoblendz 3D car creation channel. This is a channel update mainly for 3D modelling to show you where I am on the various projects that I'm working on. This one is a Star Gordon Bennett 1905 racer, just in the beginning of the process really. So that's one of them. And I'm also modelling a Jowett Jupiter 1950 to 52 Jowett Jupiter Mark 1. So I'll show you where I am on that. Now I'm going to do some more videos on this one, but I'm waiting for a new blueprint to come along. But that's where I am at the moment. Still quite a basic shape. That's the vehicle there. Nice looking vehicle from the 1950s, manufactured in Bradford, England. So there's that one. I'm also doing cars I'm working on is an Audi R8. Haven't done much work on this one lately. This is a tutorial I'm following along, but I'm tending to do my own work at the moment. But this is a nice car, and I would like to finish it, and that's where I am at the moment. So got the basic body shape. It's a nice looking car, but I did it to basically to learn how to model in Blender. It's not a car that I would go for. There's a project I'm following along, this one, which is to build a garage in Blender, basically, to house all the vehicles that I model. This is one of the ones I'm sort of following on to Rod Halligan on here on YouTube. But again, this one I've sort of left alone for a little bit because I'm more interested in getting the cars that I'm doing sorted first. Taking ages to load this one, but yeah, it's an interesting project and I will get to it. Like Rod, I'm also going to try to learn how to use there we go. So this is it at the moment. I've put my Corvette in there to show you the sort of scale of it. I did do a bit of brickwork and some windows, which I will at some point complete. And fill in the whole building, and there'll be various bits in this building. This building's going to be a sort of a long ongoing project. I was in the building industry for 41 years, so I've surprised myself really that I've elected to do this. But there you go. It's one of those things. I need to get myself a faster computer. I think all this rendering takes forever, but hopefully it'll load up soon. Yeah, so I was in the building industry for 40 odd years, so I'm quite surprised that I'd actually even think of modelling a building. But there you go. That's where we are with it really. I sort of got into this by this modelling business by accident, really. My sort of son-in-law was into 3D printing. He works for a 3D printing company that they manufacture parts for sports cars and around the world, McLaren and all sorts of sports cars. And he's sort of heavily into 3D printing, so I decided to buy a 3D printer, which I've got and I use occasionally. But then it was sort of, well, what do I want to print? And I had this idea of, there it is, like there. I had this idea of building cars in 3D, so I learnt Blender, and the rest is history, really. So that's another project that I'm sort of working on at the moment. These other projects won't take a long time to load up. It's only because I put the car in there. I'm also doing a countryside diorama. And basically what I want to do is just to have some sort of countryside and a sort of a background for any of the cars that I create and want to render and get a decent get a decent image for. I like to see cars in the natural world, so consequently that would be great. I also am into radio controlled cars. I own one, a drifter, but what I want to do is to 3D print some of these cars that I create and actually construct them into a radio controlled car. I'm not looking for speed or great off-road ability. I just want one of my cars to just see it moving, basically. So that's interesting to do. As I say, I've got lots of cars in the pipeline. I think the next one I'm going to start a tutorial series on is a Ferrari 250 or 330 GT, a Pininfarina body. I'm looking to do that pretty soon. I'm also looking to start a Kellison car. That's a bit of a concept car. So this is the diorama. So not done a lot yet, just put a few trees in and a base. Next project that I'm looking at doing is following a tutorial by Rod for a Silver Bullet Outlaw, based on a Porsche 356. It's a car created in Australia, I believe. That's where I've got to at the moment on that. You see the silhouette of the car in the background. It's a fantastic looking car. So I'm looking at finishing that at some point. What else have I got? Obviously I'm following Rod along. I seem to be following him a lot, actually, on the 1929 Alfa Romeo 2800B Spider. That's a tremendous looking car. Let's see where I've left it. There we go. So that's where I am with that. I've done the body and cut out the bonnet so far, but that's coming along nicely. So I'll be doing a bit of modelling on that next few days. What else have I got? Probably got too many I'm doing actually. The G-Wagon is another one that I've sort of followed a tutorial series on. Once again, I've sort of lost interest in a little bit, but perhaps I'll finish that off at some point when I'm sort of bogged down with what I'm doing now. Blender's so slow sometimes, or it's my computer, it's one of the two. There you go. That's a car I'd love to model. It's a Rick Door car, fantastic looking motor. So I'd like to do that at some point. So if we get back into Blender, I own, which is a 2008 Audi S5, but because I own the car now, I don't particularly want to model it, but presumably, or at some point when I haven't got the car anymore and I've sold it, I'll probably think about modelling that. This is playing around. Yeah, so what we were talking about, the G-Wagon. I've done quite a bit of that actually. As you can see, I've got a lot of saved parts to this. Very happy with the mesh. It's come out quite good so far. I'm still there you go, look, still going. Got a lot of saved bits here. I've done the door hinges. So let's have a look how far I've got with this one. If it there we go. This is so I've got a lot of guide meshes. That's why it's sort of filling all these bits in. Loads of parts of this vehicle. There we go. So quite a lot of detail to this. Done the side mirrors, the bottom plate, so we're doing the hinges, done the front grille. Very, very happy with the mesh on this. It's come out really nice. Nice and yeah, it's just that I'm not really in love with the car itself. And I think that's probably one of the last vehicles that I'm actually working on. I showed you the Ferrari. I forgot the Ferrari. So the Ferrari is another one I'm following Rod Halligan on. He's finished his, so look him up if you want to go on to. I'm not doing a tutorial on that, just following his, but if you want to follow along a tutorial, I would strongly recommend you subscribing to him. but this is where we are at the moment on it. But the I've not followed Rod completely because I've put my own elements in, such as I've used a shrink wrap modifier on this, but pleased with all the holes that I've cut out, and really pleased with the way it's looking. So all the panels and stuff ready there, the side scoops which look great. When it's finished it's going to look tremendous. Just doing the rubbers for the windows at the moment, so then I'll be doing the front windscreen. But a beautiful car, 1962. It's an iconic Ferrari. Real ones cost millions and millions, so what I'm doing is what I'm actually modelling is a race one, car number 22, so I'm going to be following that out, the book I've got. So anyway, I just thought I'd give a quick, well, a bit longer than quick, update on where I am modelling wise on the channel. Also intend to do other features, interview people, do features on people's cars, etc. in the future on this channel, as well as shorts videos featuring radio controlled cars and such. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in one of my next videos. Thank you.